Now that summer is just around the corner, weeds are growing in our fields and hay is in short supply. This is episode 5, The Bunker.
Welcome in, everyone, to another episode here on Grandpa's Farm. As you can tell, it is now May, and the crops are up, but so are the weeds. So we have got to get those weeds taken care of today before they overpower the crops. And right now I'm just headed back to the south place to feed the cattle. We are running a little low on hay bales. So it looks like Lone Tree here is just about ready to be mowed for the first cutting of the year. So as soon as we get the cows fed, we're going to get some spraying done, and then maybe by next month we'll be able to mow that up and get some hay bales off it. So won't you join us? As you can tell, we got some weeds in the cornfield back here also. So thankfully the corn's not too tall to spray yet. These cows are doing pretty good. Looks like they're already swimming in the little pond we gave them. Now that it's May, it's getting a little warmer, but not too bad yet. This guy's just about finished here. Then we'll get back and probably bring the little Oliver tractor out to spray the fields. Thankfully I didn't destroy any of the corn turning around in it. But let me go back, grab the Oliver tractor and the sprayer and get out here. I know this is probably not the smartest tractor to spray our chemical with, but you know, we did it last season. Why not do it again this season? It did really good spraying with this. It'd be kind of nice to get a cultivator out here to be able to get through the weeds, but we already own the sprayer. Probably the simplest thing to use. Although I know you're supposed to try to stay between the rows. See if I can even do it. Yeah, it looks like the tractor's pretty well lined up to where I could do that. But of course, you know, it's farming simulator. You don't have to be perfect. You can drive over the crops. Well, I'll spray the rest of this field. Then we've got the 55-acre field to spray also. The 100-acre field, we plowed it. You know, when we created that field, so we don't have to worry about spraying it this time. So that'll save us some time, but we do need to get this and the 55 done today. So I'll spray this up and then I'll get back with you when we get down to the 55. Well, the south place is finished up. Now we just got to get back to the house to fill this thing back up with water and some more chemical. I think a full tank will definitely be enough to get the 55-acre field done. But back when I would spray the fields in real life, I used an Ag Chem sprayer. It was a little over 1,200 gallons. But instead of going with the rows, I would actually cut across the rows. So you went down the row and the tire was off just a little bit. Now you just wiped out 2 complete rows. But as long as you're going across them, just running over a few plants each time. I thought I'd save a lot more crop by just going against the rows instead of with them. Somebody parked the U right in front of where I can get some water. Some back in there. So anyhow, I'll fill this up with water and some more chemical, and then we'll get across the street and spray that. Let's get over here and get it all sprayed up. This is our boom, hit the mailbox. There we go. Our beans all sprayed up and looking nice. Then we can call it a day and come back. Probably in June. It should be ready to mow up the Lone Tree. Almost said Pine Tree. That was a different field that we have on the farm. Another hay field, but a different one. So here, let me get this 55 all sprayed up, and I'll go to sleep, and we'll see you in next month. So about a month from now. Well, now that it is summertime, the bean field's looking really good here. And I believe our hay field is ready to be mowed. So let me grab the U and the little sickle mower, and then we'll get started. Here we are. I really wish we had a bigger mower than this, but this is what we had on the farm back then, so this is what we get to use. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but you know, it's a really simple machine back in its day. There wasn't a lot of work to it, just replace some of the teeth on it, the blades, and put it back in the field. Pretty simple. And the rake you have, you know, it just wasn't even PTO driven. Just ran off of the wheel. When the wheel turned, the rake turned. So let me get some of this mowed up, and of course we'll have to wait till tomorrow when it dries enough to be able to rake it up. We can actually make hay instead of just grass. It is a pretty good sized field. Looks really nice. Look even nicer when it's all baled up. But I will do some mowing here, and then I will see you tomorrow. Well, Lone Tree was all mowed up yesterday. Now it's ready to be raked. I think it's probably dried enough overnight. The sun has been out. Right now it's a little cloudy skies, but now the sun was out most of the day yesterday. So we can get in here and start raking this puppy up. Sure I got it all set right? Yeah. Oop. Of course I'm raking the wrong direction. That's not what I want. Let me go the other way here. I should know how to rake by now. There. Alright. Yeah, it looks dry enough. Then I'll just go around the field and just keep going in circles and then rake it to, I'll rake 2 rows together into the middle. That's what my goal is. So let me do some raking here, and then I'll go grab the baler and see how many bales we can get off the Lone Tree this year. I think we'll probably be able to get a second cutting before winter hits, since it's only June. So let me break this up and then start baling. Well, I just got reminded that I was supposed to take the beans to town already, and I forgot. So Dad's actually out in the field right now working, and I'm gonna haul some beans to town. We also got corn to do. So let's see here. Soybeans 21,000 and 39,000 of the corn. So let me load up on beans and we'll take that into MFA. That's where we sell it at. We're going to be able to get it all in these 2 loads, but it'll be enough to definitely get started. So let me run to town and get these sold real quick. My Dad works in the field and I got to get baling. So I plan on baling right now, but I totally forgot about doing this project. I've already lost a little bit on the market value. Not too bad yet. I don't want to wait any longer, let the price get too low. Like I said in the previous episode, the money in the top right really doesn't matter. It's all based on what Grandpa spends, and it's his income on these beans. So I'll go sell these and see how much we can get out of them. I know my uncle is supposed to be bringing down a Chevy grain truck from the Iowa farm, but they're not using up there anymore, so hopefully that'll show up, you know, by the end of the day or tomorrow, so we can use it to haul the corn to town. That'd go a lot quicker than this. I mean, I can hold, what, 17,000 liters between the 2 trailers? I don't think this tractor really has the power to pull the 3rd one. I mean, it's doing pretty good, but 2 trailers is quite a bit for it. Plus, it's quite a little drive to get to town. Just about there. We actually had 2 grain trucks on the farm in the 80s. There was a Chevy grain truck that we'll be bringing down from the Iowa farm that you'll see later in this episode. And then there was also a Ford truck. And I did actually download it from the Mod Hub. I don't know if it's called Ford or what it is, but in real life I'm pretty sure it was a Ford truck. I know it was a really odd color green. Kind of probably close to the trailer of these, or the color of these trailers that we're using. Let's see what one of these is worth. The rural community that we grew up in, there wasn't too many places to sell the crops at. MFA is where probably everything in the 80s went. We did have a big pig confinement come in later on. It was probably towards the late 90s before the pig confinement came in, and then you could actually sell your corn to them. And some of our corn did go there. They were really strict, though, on moisture content. We did have a grain dryer on the farm, but you know, if we could sell a little bit wet to MFA, it was a lot easier than drying it, because MFA had their own dryers. So we could sell it there, a little wet, or we could run it through our dryer and then sell it to the pig confinement. Yeah, this is making pretty good money. Not sure what it was really like back then on price, but I know we never would have used these wagons going clear to town. Definitely would have used one of the trucks. As soon as this one's sold off, we'll run back and grab the rest of the beans. All right, another 19,000. Let me go back and finish the beans. I'm not sure if there's going to be, we just need one of the wagons or we'll still need a boat. My daughter was just asking, how is all that dirt getting in the cab? And I was thinking, back in the 80s, the tractors we were using, the big four-wheel drives like the Plainsman and the Big Oliver, they either had the door open when we were disking the field or the door was missing. And dust would just roll in. You'd be wiping the windshields off, trying to be able to see. And then with this door here off or open, either way, whichever one we did, when I was a kid, I would ride at the tractor with my dad, and we'd put a little bungee strap across where the door would be. For some reason, that little bungee strap was to make you feel a little more comfortable, like that's what was going to hold you in the tractor, knowing it's not going to do anything. That bungee strap's probably going to cause more trouble than it is good. But it was there, and it looked good at least. So here, let me pull into the bin real quick and get the rest of our beans on. It's only another 4,000, so we don't need to take both trailers, so we'll drop the second one off here. All right, hook. There we go. All right, now I'll take this to town and see you in town. All right, the remainder of our beans. This is, of course, last year's harvest. We didn't sell any of the crops last year. We still had enough money to operate with. Saved everything till the prices were good enough. And hopefully, by the time we bring our corn in, we will have a grain truck to haul it. Come on, come on. I'm so slow in these little gravity wagons. All right, 8,900. We'll get back to the farm. We'll hook this tractor up to the baler, and we'll start baling. Looks like Dad's got most of that field all raked up. Get in here and figure out where the baler is. Oh, looks like the baler might be tucked in behind the fertilizer cart. We need to pull the fertilizer cart out, get it out of the way. We'll actually need it later to probably fertilize the hay field again. So I'll just leave it out here. So tucking it away. It's not supposed to rain tonight, so we should be okay. What has it got? 54% full. That should be more than enough to fertilize the hay field. You get back and get that baler. When I talked to Grandpa last, I asked him just what kind of baler he did have in the 80s, and he was thinking it was a Vermeer baler. I mean, I thought that came later, more like the 90s, but the thing is, I can't find on the Mod Hub or anywhere, in Farming Simulator, where I could find a Vermeer baler that was a little bit older than they are now. That's alright, we'll just use this old paste baler. We'll do the job. Yeah, he's just got a few more rows left and he's done. When I started this, I was just going around in circles with it. I thought, it'd be easier by just having somebody else do it and just go back and forth down the field. So, already got one bale made. But I'll get the rest of these bales done, and that'll be finished up soon. We'll see how many bales we get out of it. Well, we have 40 bales off it so far. Might be able to get one more. Yeah, it's going to be pretty close. I'd like to get even 40. Let's see if it'll make it. Well, not when I start baling before I get it down, but then we'll get these all picked up, because then we need to get this thing fertilized. Yeah, we're not going to get another bale off it. I guess it'll just sit in the baler, since we can't pick out a partial. So then we'll come pick these up, fertilize it, and then tomorrow we need to start working on our silage bunker. So, see you in a little bit. Looks like we got down to 8 bales is all we had left. Which that would have lasted, another 10 days maybe. Especially since it's summer. The cows in the barn, they need the grass, but the ones on the south place, they pretty well feed themselves off the pasture ground. So let's start hauling these bales out. I believe this thing will hold 8, 10. I think probably 10 bales each trip. So we need about 4 trips. I already got the doits hooked up to the fertilizer cart. So once these are off, we can start fertilizing. Well, it turns out I don't know how to count, because it turns out there was only 39 bales, not the 40 like I was originally had thought. The 39 is pretty good. Oh, and it looks like my uncle's coming down with the new feed truck. Not sure why I missed this bale. Take that last bale. Come on. Just turn around here and grab it. It's not full. There. Whew. Thought maybe there was something wrong with that last bale. There, oh, it looks like he brought in a silage cart too, one of the silage wagons. Because that's what we need to do next, is build that silage bunker. So yes, this is one of the grain trucks we had on the farm. An old Chevy pickup or truck. Not sure what year they were, but those were the colors too. Some cream color with a red box. Of course, that's not quite the silage wagons we used, but it's pretty close. Same style. Of course, we only had 2 axles instead of 3. That'll be nice. We'll get that started up and get it parked, and we can start building our silage bunker. Here it is, the new Chevy C70 grain truck. If I can turn this in here without hitting anything. Try and get our wagon put away, because we still got to haul that corn to town. And now that this truck's here, it'll make it a lot easier. Let's see where he wants it. Trying to keep it out of the way. There. Just park it here for now. And now I'll run over to the grain bin and get our corn loaded up. We have 39,000 liters of corn, and of course this I think only holds 25,000. So we're still not going to be able to get everything in one load. But it'll go a lot faster than running the Deutz tractor and the 2 wagons. So I'll run this to MFA, then we'll come back and get the last load. That should be enough between the 2 loads. Then we get started on the silage bunker. Well, I have learned I do not like this grain truck, because every time it starts tilting a little bit, it stops. Then you have to just start it again. I've been doing this for a while now. Hey, I'm empty though. So I have no idea how much I got in corn, because I'm not going to add up all those numbers. It was quite a little bit. It was good money. But I don't like this truck. Not sure what was wrong with it. I've used it before on another series and it worked just fine. Maybe it's just that delivery point. Maybe I'll try a different place on this map and see if it'll let me deliver it. But I'll go back and finish this, and then we will probably wake up tomorrow and maybe build the bunker. That'd be a good plan. So we'll see you in the morning. Well, now that it is July and raining out, it's a good day to build our silage bunker. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to build the silage bunker right over here along the road and this driveway. So when we go back to the south place, we can come right over into it without having to go too far. And if we ever do silage across the road in the 100-acre field or the 55, it'll also be close by. So let's get construction started. right, there we have it. This is going to be our silage bunker. Hopefully it fills up like it's supposed to. On the real farm, we didn't have, of course, the rocks on the side, but it was in a place kind of like this. It was a cement bottom, and it had a dirt embankment on each side. Since I couldn't get the dirt to go all the way to this base here, I used the rock to try to kind of blend it. So that'll be our silage bunker. And as soon as it stops raining, we will go get our hayfield fertilized again. So let me wait till the rain stops and we'll get to fertilizing. Well, here we are on the second day of July. It finally quit raining and dried up a little bit, so we can get out here and get Lone Tree fertilized up nicely. But I do believe this will be the last thing we do on this episode. So we hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, slap that like button. And until next time, have a blessed day, and bye-bye.
For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved.